The West Ham legend scored England's second goal to help them to victory in 1966 but has now been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Martin Peters will forever be remembered as the player who scored England's second goal to help them win the World Cup in 1966. Together with his West Ham teammate Geoff Hurst, he put Germany on the hallowed turf at Wembley, inspiring England to a 4-2 victory in extra time. For his family, that day brings back proud memories of one of England's most talented footballers, a man frequently described as being 10 years ahead of the game. A stunning painting of Martin scoring that World Cup goal hangs in one bedroom at his daughter Leeann Collins' home in Essex. Underneath it is a black and white sketch of him celebrating his goal, arms outstretched and a huge grin on his face. Leeann was just 11 months old when England won the World Cup. "It's the only time I've ever wished I was older," she says. "So I could have been there. When I look at that picture I see the dad I used to know. I can see how proud and happy he felt. He recently told me after the game he had to shake hands with the Queen, so he wiped them on his shorts. He'd just won the World Cup and he was worried about mud. That's my dad all over." But Leeann did get to celebrate with her parents. After the Victor's Banquet at the Royal Garden Hotel in Kensington, Martin and his teammates were invited to the capital's swankiest clubs. Instead he and Kathleen drove home, picked up Leeann and enjoyed a quiet cup of tea. "They were real party animals," laughs Leeann. The only party Martin wanted to attend during the World Cup was to travel home to celebrate his wife Kathleen's 21st birthday, but manager Sir Alf Ramsey was such a strict disciplinarian that he was told not to come back if he left. Leeann says, "I don't think my mum was too angry at him for missing her 21st birthday, after all, he had a good excuse. It was that quiet maturity and professional approach Martin showed during the World Cup that made him so great. He really did eat, breathe, and sleep football." Every Saturday morning Leeann and her brother Grant were ushered into the back garden so their dad could eat his pre-match meal of fillet steak or peaches and rice and focus on the game. He even practiced heading the ball in his dreams. Leeann says, "My dad used to sleepwalk, but only the night before a big game. My mum would wake up and see him by the window, pretending to head balls." Martin was just as successful at club level. Together with his England teammates Bobby Moore and Geoff Hurst he won the European Cup Winners' Cup in 1965. He moved to Tottenham for a then record fee of £200,000 in 1970, with his World Cup teammate Jimmy Greaves moving the other way as part of the deal. His time at Spurs was littered with more silverware, as he won the League Cup twice in 1971 and 1973, as well as the UEFA Cup in 1972 and the Anglo-Italian Cup in 1971. He also captained England during their ill-fated campaign to qualify for the 1974 World Cup, earning them a vital penalty in a must-win match against Poland only for his side to draw 1-1 and miss out on the tournament. He moved to Norwich in 1974, before ending his career with a single, ill-fated season at Sheffield United, during which the club were relegated. When Martin retired he returned to Norfolk, where he had played for Norwich City, and took a job coaching children at Potter's Holiday Camp in Great Yarmouth to make ends meet. Leeann says, "It sounds weird now, you can't imagine footballers today doing that. But he loved it. We were never superstars like these footballers' families today, and Dad certainly wasn't set for life when he retired. We were on our uppers. We were normal people, but we had a good family life. Dad was always there to support anything I did. He was an amazing father. Martin and his family moved home to Essex when Geoff Hurst got them jobs working together for car rental firm Motorplan. Martin and Kathleen have lived in the same house ever since. Martin and Geoff remain such good friends that Geoff and his wife Judith are Leeann's godparents. Martin sold all his World Cup memorabilia to West Ham in 2001 and used the money to buy a holiday home in Menorca, where his family have enjoyed many holidays together over the last 10 years, and he still attends every West Ham home game, belting out "I'm Forever" blowing bubbles and urging his team on from the stands.